Yo, what's going on, Baker?
What's up
What's
there,
going on,
Bishop?
sir? How you doing? Not much,
Doing
man. Not
great.
much. Just here. Yep, just here trying to do another a new thing on beer talk with Bishop and Baker.
Awesome. I
So,
love being here.
yep,
Thank you for thinking about me.
yeah, yeah, man, I appreciate it. I really do. Uh, you know, it's an experience because I this is the first time I'm streaming it. Using the restream,
It,
and just hoping it goes.
it looked like it went out to every place.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping, man. That's the first time. Hopefully, we shared it enough, and we're
Yeah,
gonna
that's
have
what it
fun
looks like.
today. So, uh, I think it's
Got a lot of
yeah,
people coming
definitely,
in.
definitely. Yep. So, it's man, we're gonna have fun today. So, what's on your beer today, Baker?
What I have who we have on Bianblends Man Cave.
Man cave, man. That's one of my top favorites of him. Yep.
Yeah,
I
it's
have
good stuff.
yep. So I have South Beach. Um, Man, I'm telling you,
Nice.
this is awesome. I like it. So hey man, let's give a quick shout out to everybody here. So I know we got uh, Pierre Death, Ray Smokey,
What's going on?
um,
Smokey.
we Black Banner Grooming. Thank you.
What's up, Renee?
Jack Up Leather,
Jacob.
Lee. How you doing, Mr. Lee? Man, I'm glad that he come back.
What's up, Lee?
I'm definitely glad that he come back for back in it again. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm excited for him. Born Bearded, how you doing, sir? Appreciate you.
What's going on, Dave?
So I think we're caught up for now. Um, so Baker, what you said we'll bring our guests in.
Yeah, Bane Blend says he's excited for the guest.
Yeah. Hey, first mistake already. You see that? Oh my God! I put the countdown instead of
Hi,
yeah.
how's everybody doing?
What's going
Hey,
on,
Mr. Jacob,
Jacob?
how you doing, sir?
I just wanted to say hello. How are you?
All right.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you
Okay,
again.
sorry.
Uh,
That's enough silliness for now.
All
We're gonna have a good time
man.
on the show, man. We're gonna have a good time. It's
Yeah.
gonna be a learning experience because this is your first
Yeah, it's my first.
sojourn into YouTube by yourself.
Yep. Yep.
And you're doing a great job so far. And every day that you do it, you're gonna get better. And I'm so happy to be your first guest, other than Baker. Baker, the esteemed co-host. Happy to
Right.
be on you as well, man.
No, that's awesome.
Man, I couldn't.
Yeah,
Listen, I couldn't ask for a better one. That's for sure.
Oh, there's so many better
thank
than
you.
me.
Thank you.
Highborn Bearded. What's up, Coffee with Brewer? What's up, Jacked Up
Right.
Leatherworks, whose alt name is Jacob, and every time someone says your name, I think they're talking about me.
I know. I heard that. That was funny.
That's good.
All right, gentlemen. So what's going on this evening?
Man. Well, first of all, let me say, I got to tell you that your sayings are awesome. My review should come out tomorrow or the next day for sure. I've been busy with work, and but this right here, top notch. This is my number
Awesome.
one favorite of yours for sure. Um, and I guess you're gonna have to wait for the review after that. But I just told you that much.
All I know is just give away the peach cobbler to someone else, okay?
Oh, I already did. I already did.
Hey, listen, I am not afraid to say that everything that I make is not going to agree with everybody, and that's totally fine. if you have a creator that comes on here and they get offended by that,
Right.
Then they're not willing to learn. I'm willing to learn. I'm also willing to say, like, I know I'm not going to be all things to all people, and it's bound that someone's not going to like something I make, and that's totally fine with me.
Right. And that's understandable. I send it to this man right here.
Oh, right on. All right, Baker, you got to let me know, man. And if you don't like it, then I need to figure out something else for you too.
No. Hey, I'll tell you the truth, man. The honest truth, it feels great on your beer. It feels super great. I wore it all day. It's just, I guess that scent must not be mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was,
And that's totally fine, brother. No worries at all. In fact, you should expect that people are going to like different things and have different scent profiles they like, and and that's expected. Not everybody's going to like everything. Some people like cherry. I don't care for it. So
right.
Was that Baker?
I'm still trying to find my niche. I'm still trying to find my niche and stuff. What I like, what I don't like. I'm relatively new. But I'll tell you that Man Cave, that's a banger.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man Cave is one of my favorite ones. Yeah. Well, it's funny, and I think I've said this on most of the shows I've been on. Man, there's a lot of great people here. Look at all these people coming out to support you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Man. Team Name Beer. Appreciate you being here, Brewer. Thank you, sir. Yep.
That's awesome.
Brewer.
Team, you're new. I haven't seen you in a chat before, so that's that's a new experience for me. Right on.
I got them doing a review on them next after I finish yours. They're next. Great people. I like talking to the owners like you guys. I have communication and anything. I love talking, just getting ideas and the background. So that's a part of that I like. So.
Yeah. Bishop is a hot commodity. That's true. Right. Yeah. They're just a hot commodity there, Bishop.
Well,
Look at you, buddy.
When I first started, I didn't like citrus, and
So Baker, citrus is growing on you now. Like, what do you like about citrus? Like, what's the profile that you like?
basically just refreshing. Like I said, I'm not a reviewer, so I don't know all the key words, but it's just refreshing to me. It just the beard oil works, and you just get that woof of it, and it's refreshing. That's all I can say.
Gotcha. Yeah, for me, I like citrus. Lime bergamot was one of the first ones I made, and lime, lemon, tangerine, orange, and bergamot. But it's got that real bergamot forward. But bergamot's such a great scent. It's just like a bitter lime, and it's just incredible. And it's like a strong key lime, right? But then we made key lime, which smells exactly like key lime pie. I mean, and that's got cream, and yeah, you got it. That's right. But it's actually got like a cream and sugar and key lime scent profile, and it smells exactly like key lime pie. And key lime pie is big here in Florida. Like, this is key lime pie area down here, So
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So Jacob, your company,
right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. So Jacob, your company, your oils are known for being herbal infused.
Right.
And I told you what, man. 5 days, actually 6 days, I've been using your oil, including today. I have not used butter at all, not even at night. And I usually use at least butter at night. Either unscented. I try not to use it at night because if not, my beard will come out all tangling in the morning. And brother, when I use the first one I used was this one. I used it twice, 2 days, not in a row, but one day and then after. It was this one, and I do have to tell you, my beard the next morning was like, wow. And not no butter, no nothing.
So it actually said "wow" to you, like, wow. Just kidding.
Yeah, it spoke to me, man. It's like thank you.
Well, I cheat a little bit. I think having the Nilotic Cachet in there is a big benefit.
Right.
It's just got a little bit, so it's going to coat your beard, and it's a cheat, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Right.
But it works. It definitely works in beard. I can tell a big difference when my beard oil does and does not have it in it. So, but yeah, I really enjoy the blend itself, and
Right.
I traditionally will wear it unscented. Is kind of like how I like to wear it, but because I'm testing everything, I have to wear scented stuff of my own to make sure it smells right and all that. I'm working on one right now. I want to reveal it, but yet I also don't want to reveal it. And I think this might be the time to reveal it. So I found an all-natural maple vanilla scented oil. It's killer. It's killer. It's amazing. But then I also found something else, and it's one of everybody's favorite breakfast foods. So what goes great with maple vanilla? That's a meat item.
Maple vanilla. It's a meat item.
It's a meat item that goes really good with pancakes. What was that, Baker?
Bacon.
Yes. So I put together a maple bacon vanilla, and I'm testing it in my beard with different strengths, and that probably will be the next one I release.
Nice.
It's killer. It smells so good.
That's crazy.
It smells so good. Sausage, Ray! Sausage. Yeah. Well, I mean, sausage and bacon could be the same thing, I guess. But yeah, it smells so good. I can't wait to release that one. But yeah, I found a real good maple vanilla.
That's nice.
And I love it. It's so good. It smells exactly like if you were to pour vanilla onto maple syrup. It just smells so good. So
hey, thank you, True North. Appreciate it.
Hey, True North.
Frankie J, thank you. Yeah, but listen, it's you had me when you said maple vanilla, and then you threw bacon out there. I'm like, yes, please.
Yeah. Yes. Get these sausage fingers some maple bacon, please.
Right. Yeah.
That's one of the fun
things. That's going to be tough having in beer.
That's one of the fun things about doing all this. It's like we'll find a scent profile, either a scented oil or an all-natural scented oil or a essential oil, and just start playing with it. And it's so fun. But then, like you've got to find stuff that's not going to – I go by stuff that doesn't give me headaches. So if I find a leather and I smell it and I get a visceral reaction or a headache, I don't use it. I just discard it. I don't even put it in anything. So I just don't want there to be on competition with the herbal oil,
Right.
So, what were you gonna ask?
Hey, Melissa, thank you for joining from Copper John's. I was gonna say, man, that when I tried the key lime, I was hesitant because what you just said there. I had bad experience with lemongrass and other citrus. It usually gave me headaches. Nothing. It was pretty decent. I was surprised how good was it. And it's a key lime pie that lime don't overtake it. It just marinates together pretty damn good, So I like that.
Knows, brother. Just my wife's knows. She understands how scents work together. She's great.
Right. Hey, that's awesome. Awesome.
Nice.
Yep. I gotta say, man,
great.
I was bummed out that I couldn't. That I didn't like. I take things personal, man. That's how I am with that. When I do reviews
I don't take it personal. You can talk about what you don't like. That's totally fine.
No, and it is true, and I appreciate that, and I take that with a lot of respect. What you just said to me the one day we were talking, because I told you I was honest, 100%. But it's like, and I tried it, I smelled it, and I tried it, and I was like, man, that's why I said, I don't. And if actually that peach cobbler was the first time I had tried peach on the strong side, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
On the top note, and and I asked a couple people, and they had told me that the first time they tried it, they didn't like it. They tried it again in a different scent when it wasn't as strong, and they did like it. But I told you, man, I always want to be on.
And that's something we could probably mess around with too, but something that where you add maybe a little bit more of the brown sugar to it,
right,
and pull the peach back. But that is a peach essential oil mixed with another scented oil. But it's far more of the essential oil than the scented oil. And again, does it pass my headache test? Do I smell it and immediately need to put it out of the room?
Right.
But again, like, if you ordered it, like if I knew as a customer that you had a scent profile issue, I would, I'm immediately available to make it weaker or stronger. Right. Like I've had multiple customers this week alone that have asked me for stronger or weaker. And of course I stay within the guidelines, but I work with any customer that has like either a sensitivity or, I'm just straight up with them. Like, if this one in particular may give you a headache, if you are susceptible to this kind of, if you have this sensitivity. Right. So I always try to be upfront with people, and I got a customer that asked for double strength. I said, well, I'm still going to stay within guidelines, but if you want double strength, I'll maybe bump it up to like 75% more. But I said I won't go over guideline,
Right.
So.
Hey, so do you want to hear something funny?
Yeah, you can't do that.
This one right here, the patchouli, the fruit orange patchouli. My wife said, she goes, I like it, but at the end of the day, you smell like an old guy. But she liked it. But my son liked it. He come by me and goes,
yeah, patchouli is great, man. Patchouli is just an incredible scent, and it's so good for you. Like the benefits of patchouli are. Have you ever looked up what patchouli can do for you? Give me a second.
Right.
I'm going to look this up, and I'm going to tell you the benefits of patchouli. Benefits of patchouli on skin. This is why patchouli is so great. It helps relieve skin conditions such as dermatitis, acne, dry and cracked skin, and it can actually help with stress. So, yeah, the scent can help you with stress, but the stuff that does for the skin can actually benefit people with eczema and psoriasis. So it goes hand in hand with some of the other stuff, right? Yeah, Melissa, that's so true. Makes a difference. Your partner likes her.
I never knew that.
Yeah. But, it can help you with headaches. It can help you with nausea. Like, there's all sorts of reasons why patchouli is, a miraculous herb, and that's why so many people like it. So I didn't like it. I didn't like it until I started using stuff with it. I didn't like it at all, and now I love it. It's great.
And I like I said, I enjoyed it.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Really, it's things you learn, right? Things you learn, Baker.
Things you learn. Yep, 100%.
So,
yeah, it's definitely it's crazy.
Yeah, Emu Oil's great.
So I gotta tell you guys something, man. So this community is awesome. I mean, I can't even start naming, but the whole community, owners, reviewers. So when I was trying to do this, me and Baker were trying to. So one of my weaknesses, and I'll be honest, I'm an honest book. You ask me, I tell you. And one of my weaknesses is thumbnails. Why? Because a lot of people say easy. I had not figured out yet. So for the show, I talked to Baker. I told Baker, I said, "Hey man, hook me up." And while we were doing that, I was trying to come up with new logos, right? For new logos, I'm trying to make some. I'm trying to make some stickers. So when we go to the Buckeye beer bottle. I got some over there to hang out. So far I have this one before, and that's my original logo. And then I come up with this one. I'm gonna put on the screen. I already got the stickers ordered for that one. And I have some other ones that I just
That's
switched up.
awesome. I love that one.
But like I said, man, it's just like I said, this community, man, is awesome. You know, no complaints about it. It's awesome that you need help from somebody, and it's there. You get it. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I was just talking to Dan before we went live, and Dan he's more than likely going to help me with some merchandise stuff. So I'm super excited about that. Yeah. But you're right. I mean, people in the community are fantastic. They really are. Baker, what do you have to say, buddy?
Well, you know, like I'm searching for a show name. Like I had Chris from True North. He went down a list. He just like put down a list, and Dino, even Dino, within minutes, he had a logo done for me and a name. It was like crazy. And me and Bishop have been trading back and forth, and you know, try to use this, try to use that, you know, CapCut and Chat GPT and stuff like that.
Right.
I use
Melissa. She
go ahead, Baker.
No, Melissa. She even on Facebook. She got me. So you know, have a lot of work that they're doing. Yeah,
they really do. You know, the Scully Cap that Melissa just brought up, there's actually Facebook communities for Scully Caps, and there's tens of thousands of people in it, Bishop. Right. So, I mean, you might have an in with that if you have that as part of your logo, which would be kind of cool. You know. But
so I have another one.
Big.
Sorry. So I have another one with a Scully Cap on. I'm trying to work on because right now it's black and white, and I'm trying to put color on it. So
that's cool. Yeah, I bought a year subscription to Canva, and I absolutely love it. Canva's been just spectacular because it allows me to do some shortcuts as far as getting labels edited, and I use Canva to get me to import into Maestro, which is part of Online Labels, or into Avery. So I'm able to do all my editing in this one program and get all my labels sent over to these other two programs to get stuff printed. It's my process on label printing is 1,000 times faster than it was 18 months ago. Like it would take me days to do one, and now I can pump out 15 logos in a day or labels in a day.
Wow. So look, like I said, Jack up, never say I will send you a link. I mean, it's just amazing, man. And I was talking to Chris from True North. He's, you know, I mean, he's no doubt he's been there helping me, you know, all the way through. So,
yeah, right on.
Yeah, community's awesome.
Great. Yeah, and the owners don't gatekeep, you know, because I think if you if you live next door to another beard oil company, that might be another story, right?
Right.
But you know, we're spread all over the country, and there are a couple locally, and they've been great too. But you know, it's just been one region after another, like kind of everybody sort of, you know, helping each other, and everybody's got different ideas. And you know, I think we bring it up probably 15 times in a show. You know, my hope is to get my products into Publix. That's going to be my. That's going to be my. Stop doing that, Bishop. That's good.
I know. Mistake number two.
I'm not trying to get my products into Publix. So, but you know, I'm hoping that even if it's just 10 stores, that I can get my products into a big grocery chain like that.
Right.
But, you know, that's going to be. We're talking 100 times my current investment if that takes place.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see. So,
Oh boy.
I love Publix.
yeah, Publix is fantastic.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what else you guys got? Is there anything else pressing that you guys want to know about? Now's the time.
Yeah. So let's talk real quick about. I know this is supposed to be Beyblend, but I consider your your wife as part of Beyblend because you have said it. She's helped you with the scents, and that's awesome. So I know that we have seen the masterpieces of cups that she does. Man, look at that! Look at that!
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I know there's a couple of other owners in the chat. Okay, I know that there's other owners, but my wife is a free agent. She can do any cup that you guys may want.
Right.
All you have to do is reach out and ask. She's fantastic. She can either do something super fancy like this, which is like a whole bunch of layers and paper and stripping it off and repainting it, and she does all sorts of stuff with stuff like this, right?
Right.
She can do stuff like that, or she can do
nice,
or she can do something like this, which is a little bit more basic. But you know how she makes this? See these striations that are on the cup? You guys are gonna have your minds blown by this, right? So what she does is she paints that with a combination of, well, it's not paint, but it's white mixed into the epoxy. And then she takes strips of paper and sets them on fire.
Wow.
And that is actual smoke. That's actual smoke. Those are the carbons coming off the paper that she captures on that epoxy.
I've never thought about it like that. That's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yep.
But she can also do the sublimation cups where basically she can take a logo, any logo, which she can, make, which anybody can provide her, and she'll work it out. And she will wrap the cup and she'll heat it and without any epoxy. And then your logo is just on that sublimated cup. So white cup with your logo on it, real clean, real simple, real basic. So she could, if someone wanted to order a whole bunch of cups, she'd be able to do a bunch, and she'd be able to do it very quickly. Otherwise, stuff like this takes a lot longer. But yeah,
hey Jim, how you doing?
But she's got the nose. She's the one that can detect a spice in something and be able to replicate that spice, or detect, something that's a little mysterious. She can taste it, smell it. She can typically figure it out, and she's just remarkable. So, she's the one that's come up with most of these.
Hey, Tame Main said that she needs that link for that. She wants to order one for you from your wife.
Hey, Tame Main, I will send you to her Instagram. She does not have a traditional webpage, even though she has the domain and Sawdust and Sparkle Creations. Don't ask me why she hasn't used it, but we're gonna try to help her with that next. Sparkle Creations. If you have Instagram, I can direct you to her.
So that cup that you show in there with your logo, what size is that cup?
So this cup, I believe, is it? I think this is 20 ounce. I'm not entirely sure, but it's at least a 20 ounce. This is a 40 ounce.
Right.
And I also believe this is a 40 ounce.
Right.
Because she can do mugs, she can do 60 ounce tumblers, she can do all sorts of stuff.
And I've seen the one that she have, and that she put a lot of details on it. I think she said she had like 20 hours of work on that.
About 20 hours of work, because she puts in a load of epoxy on it, and then it has to rotate. And then that takes, 2 or 3 hours to make sure that the epoxy is no longer tacky.
Right.
But yeah, she does literally, like, that cup's probably got maybe between 4 and 6 layers of work on it. So, yeah. And it's mainly done by
that was beautiful. That was really.
Yep.
So yeah, she's incredible.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
I'm gonna order one from my wife for the some kind of artistic from autism, with an autism design. I already have the design and everything, so I just got
awesome. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. So, man.
Nice.
Yeah, Jim, welcome. I haven't met you yet, so thanks for coming and supporting Bishop.
That's Jim from Small Town Tradition.
Oh, right on. Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. There's quite a few people in here I haven't seen yet. So,
yep.
So yeah, what else you guys got? You got any other questions about the oil or the mix? What else is on your minds?
Anything new coming out besides the one you already showed us?
Yeah, I'm gonna be working on anywhere between maybe 5 and 15 new scents. I have a lot of really cool stuff that we've been pulling in to experiment with.
Right.
Apple cinnamon. I bought a couple of cereal based scents, but like Fruit Loops. I mean, you could find this stuff on the internet fairly easily.
Right.
But we're gonna work on combinations of those things. So yeah, carrier oils. That's a great question.
Nice.
So carrier oils I start with avocado. Really good, fat, easy to work with, doesn't go rancid very easily. And then that's where all my herbs are infused into. So, depending on which part of my time tolerance I have, I will either infuse avocado oil into my herbs quickly or over a few months. So it starts with avocado oil, and this is not all by volume, but this is what's in it. Jojoba or jojoba, I guess the more refined way to say it is jojoba. Argan, castor, sweet almond, cold pressed organic coconut oil, rosehip oil, squalane oil, organic cold pressed hemp seed oil, organic pumpkin seed oil, black cumin seed or black seed oil, as it's also called, aloe vera, vitamin E, which mainly serves as an antioxidant, apricot kernel oil, grapeseed oil, which that's the least because it tends to go rancid if it's not, carried by something, and then the Niloteca shea butter. That's the basis for the oil. That's what's every product I sell besides the balm. That oil is in it, and everything I make, including the butters. So
it's not about butter. It's not about the butter. Now I haven't tried your butter yet, but I heard a lot of good things about it. And like I already said, the reason why I haven't tried the butter is because I don't use a lot of butter. I'm trying to use it at night. So I'm reviewing it. I use it, but I also heard you were talking about that it's real good for the skin. Like my wife said, I want to try it. I'm like, okay. So but the butter, frag up butter. How you come up with that name?
That would be my friend Steven, that metal guy. He said you should come up with an unscented. I'm moving something under my desk and I'm trying to get comfortable.
You're good. You're good.
I got a little bit of restless leg syndrome, so sometimes I get a little antsy. He said that you should just release an unscented oil.
Right.
So, the end result was releasing an unscented oil, and he said you should put an exploding grenade on it, and you should call it Frag Out. And I said, well, that's interesting, and I like that. And I went to my cigar group that night, and after I just created the logo, and I hadn't quite figured out what Frag Out meant. I should have. But he said, Nick, this guy that is in our cigar group, he said, hey, yeah, fragrance free. I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's what that means. but it didn't occur to me. I'm slow sometimes, apparently. But yeah, it was Steven. It's not as elegant of a design, but it's fun.
Right.
And it had to have that contrast of the black with the exploding grenade on the middle.
Right.
So yeah, I thought that was fun. I like that.
So for the ones that don't know, what's on your butter?
Yeah, so I mean, it's got all the same oils. It's got the same herbs: spearmint, rosemary, jasmine flower, marshmallow root, dandelion root, kava, burdock root, ginseng root, rose hips, hawthorn, lemongrass, plantain root, calendula flower, echinacea, and ashwagandha. And then it's got shea butter and cocoa butter. Now, I'll be the first to admit that I was heavily tempted in adding emu oil or some other exotic, but I'm sorry,
Right.
emu oil butter or some other exotic product. But
Right.
at the end of the day, it came down to price. But it also came down to the fact that I wanted to have as much availability to someone who is a vegan or a vegetarian as I possibly could. Now
Right.
there's a little beeswax in there, and I didn't think about that at first. I am going to be making a version of the butter without beeswax, but the beeswax was mainly to give it a little body in the beard, but not enough to weigh it down or to make it like super sticky. It's just enough to give the butter a little bit of bite in the beard, but it melts really well. And it does pretty good in the beard. It's not heavy as other people have said they thought it was going to be. But I whip it for every batch of oil or butter that I make. I whip for about 6 hours.
Right.
And so there's so much air in it that when you get it on your fingers, it just instantly melts.
Right. Same main. Emu is one of my favorites too, and I like Emu. I also learned once in a while, every couple. If I'm trying some Emu, or let's say I have a week, I'm not doing a review at all. I would do maybe 2 days with Emu oil and do a regular oil, and my beard always feels great. And I like trying the like if I get oils from a company that have Emu oil, I try to get the one without it too, so I can feel the carrier blend by itself.
Right.
It's something I have always done, and it works for me. Just one of the things.
Yeah.
So, man, I gotta tell you something. I had tried something of your product, the deodorant. I know I'm gonna tell you again. This thing is fire, and it did not burn my armpit, but it was fire. I tried the lavender, and even my wife liked it. Even my 4-year-old kid, that my son is autistic, everybody knows, and it's hard for him to any smell anything like that. He let me put this on, and for me, it's like something we combine on it. So yeah, and I mean I do like it a lot.
Yeah, and you guys know the deodorant is a big thing that we make, and it's really important
Right.
product. Unfortunately, breast cancer and quasi breast cancer when it comes to getting lumps and stuff, like my wife had.
Right.
Unfortunately, deodorant is one of the worst things we put on our bodies and subsequently travels in our bodies. So
Right.
it was really important that once this company got started, that we came up with a good deodorant. And to stick with the same standards as what I was making the eczema salve, to try to be able to provide either relief to somebody or an option that gets them away from, having to use a terrible stick that's going to screw you up long term. I mean,
Right.
It's one of the most toxic things you put on your body on a day-to-day basis, and you need good versions of it.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I just noticed
So this month,
that my deodorant has been missing, so I think everybody in my house is on it.
Oh, really? Yeah, my goal is to be able to do a bundle on deodorant to make it more affordable.
Right.
It doesn't cost me a fortune to make a stick of deodorant, but 92-degree coconut oil is not a cheap ingredient. And while I can get it in abundance, it's like if I buy it in bulk, I have to buy like $1,000 worth.
Right.
So, if I'm gonna probably start doing bundles on deodorant so people can, maybe buy, if they want to buy one, that's fine. But if they want to buy three, they'll get, a discount of some sort.
Right.
Because I want to make it affordable. I really want people to switch. Whether they use mine or whether they use somebody else's that's a good, healthy alternative is all I care about. We need to get off of using, especially antiperspirants. We shouldn't be using antiperspirants, but
Right.
we can get away from using terribly toxic deodorant. That would be awesome. But a lot of it came down to need. And again, the reason why, and it's on the story on my website, the eczema salve, which is more powerful. It has wormwood and neem and a few other more powerful ingredients, along with the same oil blend, the same butter, stuff that's in the butter. It's got more beeswax because you do not want that to melt right away. You want it to kind of last on your skin. But beeswax is a very healing ingredient. For thousands of years, people have used beeswax to treat skin conditions. So it's a beautiful ingredient to use. Unfortunately, there's some people that disagree with its use.
Right.
But you're not harming a bee by taking the wax from its hive. I don't feel bad about using it. But if someone who's vegan comes to me and says, "Can you make your product, the salve, without wax in it?" I'll say, "Yes, I can, but it's going to melt right away."
Right.
So use a little bit, then use a little bit more, but it is an option because it really has helped my wife. I'm just very grateful that those ingredients were brought to my attention, and I was able to use them.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, Jacob,
So
we've been talking with this, and I was going through terrible psoriasis on my legs, and I'd be on medicine and antibiotics and everything, and I've been using every moisturizer out there. It all stopped when I got this little miracle in the mail, and
I'm
it
glad.
has cleared up, and my legs are smoother than they ever been in my life. But this little miracle here, this is, you don't sleep on this. You got any problem, a little bit of acne. When I first cut my hair when it's bald of redness, I put it on there,
right.
and it's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's cool. Real good.
Yeah, and I think for Baker, like because of coverage issues, that I'll probably start selling a 4-ounce size, and maybe charge like $35 for it as opposed to $20 for a 2-ounce, just to give people a little bit of relief on money and be able to get
Right.
more.
But it does go a long way.
It does. Yeah, you don't need a lot. You don't need a lot at all. But I mean, if you've got coverage on your legs, I mean, I know you've got those big, strong, super powerful masculine legs, Baker. And I know you got a lot of muscle coverage
legs
there, brother.
Oh man,
what?
that's
funny.
funny.
Come on, he's got strong legs, man.
Yeah. Hey, so
I told you, there's a lot of real estate down there.
Hey, so I know that you have. What's the scents that you have on deodorants?
Yeah, so lavender, Thieves, and lemongrass. So Thieves is
Lavender?
Thieves is a combination of depending on where you get it from, it's a combination of either 5 or 6 essential oils, and the lemongrass. Lemongrass by itself
I like that one.
or unscented. Now, I'm not going to tell you what Steven asked me to do. Okay, I will. Steven, I made unscented deodorant, melted a couple of deodorant sticks down, and then added some of his favorite beard oil scents into the deodorant to match.
Okay.
So I'm not saying that that's a great idea, because it's literally the essential oils that help with microbe control, right? Hi, Kay.
Right. Hi, Miss Kay.
Um,
Thank you for coming in.
some of those essential oils are critical for microbe control, but he said that those deodorants have worked for him. So
you're saying that's something you can do? You're saying that's something you can do?
I can, yes.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. The
Are you
label
coming with
will
a new?
not look as pretty.
I
I'm just
like-
going to warn you in
I like that
advance.
lemongrass.
Oh, that's I had told a couple of people this. Actually, I tell you who it was. It's Elegant Sasquatch. I had told him this. I love he got some product that I like, and he said, "Man, I don't have no labels." I was like, "You can put in there good stuff, good whatever. I don't need no label. I just need the product to be good, and just let me know what it is. You can write it on a piece of paper. It don't matter.
Yeah.
Oh
man, I would have I'd have a headache by doing that. I couldn't do that. I'd have to give you some sort of label.
Yeah.
So.
So you coming out with any? I mean, I know that you say you can make any deodorant, with the let's say with your oil flavor, oil scents. Are you coming out with anything, any new scent on deodorants?
On the deodorants?
Yes.
Well, no. I mean, I will do the peppermint lavender at home for the deodorant. The peppermint obviously provides a little cooling under the arms.
Right.
You just have to be careful with peppermint. In the wrong amounts, it can not feel great. But as long as you're
Right.
using the right amounts, it's fine. Peppermint lavender is really, really nice. Really though, I mean, if you think of a scent that you want, I can hopefully come up with that. I got a couple customers right now that are like messaging me offline and telling me what they like, asking me for scent profiles. I had one person ask me to modify my lumberjack.
Okay.
And I mean, it wasn't for me. I don't think I would want to regularly use it, but this person loved it. So, like, I think I modified it it was a Cool Serenity, and he wanted cedar and clary sage added to it.
Wow.
And no, juniper berry. It was juniper berry. It was cedar and juniper berry. And I was like, this is not too bad. I'll have to try it on myself. But
Right.
I'm pretty much open to anybody having an idea, and some of the scents you're working with right now, like South Beach, that was a customer who wanted that scent profile. Yep.
Man, this is magic. So I don't know, Dino, and Dino did your his night review or weekly review of yours, and coincidentally, it was this. And I'm telling you, this is something on the bottom.
Yeah.
It stays the same for a while. I mean, it come out it's not a huge punch, but it does come out with a pretty nice punch of the scent.
Yeah.
And I like it. It stays a good few hours on it. And it's smooth. And even when you move your beer or the wind hit it, you still get that scent a little bit, on it. And for me, that's great.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny that you bring that up about the time. Like, if I can move throughout my entire day putting a strongly scented one of my own in my beard, I will smell it if I move my beard or if I have a strong gust of wind. But I don't want to walk in a room and people who have sensitivities need to move out of the room.
Right.
And I don't want to have something so powerful that I smell it 18 hours later. I just don't want to do that. So my thought process on scenting is I'm going to have something scented how I like it. It between 6 and maybe 8 hours of decent smell, but I would rather, because I have my own skin issues, I'd rather take a little bit and reapply it. But I don't want to smell like I dumped a bottle of cologne on myself.
Right.
And that goes towards the headaches, right? Some of the ones that I've heard from people say that this is going to smell good for a really long time, that sets off my headache. I smell it in the bottle, I have to go put it in the garage.
Right.
So
now, I know it's funny because we have heard that before, but man, I only out of two out of four, let's say four, that my favorite four, I will only have applied twice. One, and it was because I got my beard wet, and it was wet. I was like, why not? I just barely put a drop, or half a drop on, and just rub it in. I think I was going to the store, so I wanted to get it kind of like not style, but just I guess pretty, right? And then just get it under control, and just so that's the only reason why I did it. But out of the other ones, man, I'm telling you, I didn't have to.
Yeah, and that's great to hear, man. And if you wanted something stronger, I'm happy to oblige, but again, within recommended levels. I'm not going to exceed what becomes dangerous. And I think some companies, not any of the ones that I've encountered, but some of the ones I've smelled years ago off a shelf, I'm like, ugh, gross.
Right. I do think there's probably some companies out there that they're trying to flirt with that line, but I appreciate all the ones that they do everything by the book, and that's the ones that are here, right?
Yeah. It's all the small batch companies that I have interacted with over the last couple of months. Dan and the rest of them that I've interacted with.
Right.
Stuff off the shelf, I found going across the country, finding something local, and I smell it. Well, the ones that are predominantly essential oils haven't done that to me, but some of the bigger name companies that I've found, even Dr. Squatch, I get headaches. I can't deal with them. Some minute isn't right.
I can't tell you because I never tried them. I know this is wrong, man, and I'm not saying I have never done it. I have bought some from Amazon before. Actually, I think I have bought maybe 2 or 3 times out of Amazon. When I started, I bought it. And again, if there's any owners here that they do that, I am sorry, not trying to offend nobody. But my philosophy is, if I have to go to Walmart to get it or any of the big stores, I'm not getting it.
Well, that's true. But what if it becomes a small batch company that gets national notoriety and they keep doing things the way they did?
No, that's a good exception. And I told you that. I told you this. If you want any other owners out there do that, please don't sell your soul, because a lot of the companies will sell their soul, and that's when they go off. If you make it, listen, that's everybody's dream. If you make it to one of the big chains, more power to you. I will still support you. Just don't sell your soul. Keep things the way they are. Don't change anything for them, and you will have my support no matter what.
Yeah. Well, it's funny that you bring that up, because my wife typically goes to the gun shows to sell her cups. Like, that's what she's been doing for the last couple of years.
Oh yeah.
And there was a dealer, a guy he was a dealer that he also sold liquor on the weekend. So he was a liquor distributor. But before he got into becoming a full-time liquor distributor, he made beard oil. Well, his beard oil was liquor infused. And I would bring early batches of stuff to him to smell and to test. And he goes, dude, your stuff is incredible. But, I can't publicly say anything because of his NDA, or not his NDA, but, the fact that he can't talk about the transaction or say anything else about anybody else's beard oil. But he goes, yeah, my beard oil dries beards out. But he sold his stuff to a big box store.
Right.
He made a large 6-figure plus sum to sell his beard oil, and it's in a big box store. And he has admitted that it wasn't the greatest oil, but because it was liquor based,
Right.
it sold well, even though it was
Right.
terrible. And that's exactly what he said. I'm not making it up. That was even before I formed my company. So like he said it himself. And I'm like, yeah, you sold an idea to people because you have a bourbon or a whiskey or,
Right.
but you have a terrible carrier blend, which he even said, but he sold a novelty. And I don't want to be a novelty. And I don't think anybody else in this business, the small batch folks, want to be a novelty. We want to be exceptional.
Right.
And
You want something everybody gonna use.
yeah, and everybody's gonna tell their friends like this stuff's really good. It's really healthy
Right.
for your beard. It's really good for your skin. That's what you want. But if someone came to me and wanted my company for $5 million, sure, I'd be
Right.
tempted. But if my name's going to be on it, I want I want them to say, I want control over quality.
Right.
I want in the contract, you're going to do things how I'm doing things.
Right.
No shortcuts.
So,
Definitely.
you don't
want no bad.
Yeah. So, one of the things is I will tell you is your your product is one of it have become one of my favorites. Let me say that. That's why before we started, man, I told you, and like I said, I'm an open book. You know that you just learned that this week when me and you had a conversation, right?
Yep.
I'm honest. I'm an open book. You ask me something, I definitely will tell you with respect. But your oils, there's all the companies out here that I like their oil how it feels, but your oil, it was like when I told my wife this is infused, she goes, "How do you like it?" I was like, "I don't know. I'm in the middle." And then I used it again. I used this one again, and I go back to it because it is my favorite. Don't get me wrong. And it's just you feel the difference on it. And there's some other companies out here that he does the same thing, and yeah, I mean you're up there, and like I said, you are out there, and they got to take advantage of. I know you have the sale coming up. I mean, you got the sale all the way up to the first of the month, right?
Right.
And I'm telling you guys, take advantage of it. Because if I'm not wrong, I think they're $10 now for the bottle, right?
Yep. They're going up to 18 on the first.
Until the first of the month, it's definitely worth it. So, if I was you guys, I'd definitely grab it and try it.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's for the amount of ingredients and the amount of time.
Right.
It's just it just has to go to that price.
Oh yeah, of course.
I just brought all my stuff from storage home. I have to do blending this weekend. Right. I'm looking at all these bottles going, okay, I'm gonna have to buy all these again. And some of them are like almost $200 a gallon right now.
Yeah.
And it's not cheap.
So let me ask you this, Jacob. So when you started this, exactly when did you start selling the oils on your website, online, whatever? How long? Because it haven't been that long, right?
No, it was September of 2023 that I started the company. And then the website was predominantly ready to start selling within a few months after that. And then I was picked up by my local grocery called Detweiler's, and two of the four store, one of four by June of, no, it was earlier than that. It was like March of 24. And then another store got picked up from them like 2 months later. And then the third one got picked up this year. So I've been selling, I've got 60 some odd invoices to those 3 stores. And then there's an apothecary in Claremont, Florida that has my stuff. And then there's another apothecary / natural food store in Georgia that has my stuff. And I got a few companies that are kind of starting some businesses in and around Pennsylvania and a couple other places that are potentially going to carry my stuff in their stores as well.
Great. I mean, that's
hopefully a cigar shop that a friend of mine's going to open and get my stuff in there. Guys have beards.
yeah.
So
Hey,
Where in Pennsylvania?
my buddy is up in Katanning. So if he's able to start his cigar shop up there, it'll hopefully be in and around Katanning / where was Trump shot? Butler. In Butler, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure.
All right.
We'll see. So it's kind of like out of the pocket places like that. You go buy a cigar and you see, a cigar beard oil, like, cigar scented beard oil. Let's pick it up,
Right.
So
that brings me to my next question. So you bro, I know that you're a cigar guy. Are you trying to? Do you have any cigar scent, or are you coming up with a new cigar scent or something on the works?
I have a Cuban tobacco natural scented oil. I'm still trying to figure out how they did it, but I do have a Cuban tobacco natural scented oil that I haven't quite descended into that one as of yet, but the hope is that we can get something on the website within a matter of maybe a month or so. I just want to make sure it's right. Because again, I have to make stuff work with the herbal blend itself, because it itself has a ton of scent to it. So it's either going to work with it or it doesn't.
Right.
So, what's up, G-Lou? So, yeah, there's a couple of things in the works, but I have a bunch of new scents and some new essential oils that we're going to be messing with, and I'm hoping to have another maybe 10 to 15 new scents that are going to be sort of in a rotation within the next 6 months, because there's a lot there now. We've come up with quite a few in the last month or so.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Man, so
that's cool. That's a good.
Go ahead, Baker. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. I just commented that's cool. I like it. I just put an order in for the tobacco scent and mahogany oak.
Mahogany oak is my current favorite. It smells so good.
Yeah, I had to pick it
mahogany.
up. I had to pick it up. Everybody's talking about it.
It's mahogany and that little bit of oak on the back end. It's a killer. It's a killer scent. I love that scent more than anything we've made of late. It's got a little bit of lavender, a little bit of vetiver, that little hint of floral geranium, the oak moss, the cedar, but just that mahogany is incredible. It's not pungent, but it's like it's clean, and it's borderline being a cologne. It's that good,
Nice.
And that's the mahogany, right?
That's the mahogany oak, yeah.
Okay. So let's do a quick recap. So I know until the first of the month, your oils are $10 right now,
right?
And your deodorants are
10.
Okay, until the first of the month, and the butter and the balm.
Yeah, the butters are going to stay the same price. The balms will stay the same price.
Okay.
I'm not going to change the price on those.
All right. And what about the deodorant? Is the deodorant going to go up?
I think the deodorant's going to stay the same price for now. The only reason I'd have to raise prices on those is if I need to forecast purchasing the actual plastic containers.
Right.
So, Yeah, and for anybody that uses store-bought deodorant, read your labels, please. If you see ingredients on there you cannot comprehend what they mean, you shouldn't put it on your body. And that really goes
Yep.
with anything. You know, most of it's terrible. Phthalates are microplastics. Parabens can cause severe, can cause a whole bunch of clogging inside your pores, and then aluminum goes straight to your brain. God forbid all the other chemicals that are in that stuff. It's just not good for you. Do you and your loved ones a favor and switch to a natural deodorant, whether it be mine or any other good ones that are on the market, please.
Right. Right. So let me ask you a question because I just know the difference on these two bottle labels. Let me start with this one.
Yep.
Right.
You know what it
And
is?
then,
It's money. I printed those labels, and I don't want them to go to waste.
well, I was
Yeah.
just gonna say this one has QRC code. Man, if it is, let me tell you something. Because that label still look pretty good.
Yeah.
So what I was gonna say was I like both labels because they have the ingredients and they have everything you need to know right there.
Yeah. But
So
here's the reason why we're going to the QR code. It is purely because there's more ingredients than I can put on the bottle. That's the only reason, man. You know, it's I want to make sure that everybody has quick access. All they have to do is scan the QR code. They go right to the website. And to be fair, like I have bifocals. So if I see small print, I can't read all that small print. Scan the QR code, goes directly to the website.
That's what I was going to say. Personally, I love it. I love the QRC code because it's not just what you said. I mean, I don't have bifocal yet, but I'm getting there. But I have to back it up far enough, maybe to the neighbor's house just to read it, right?
Right. Yeah.
But I do appreciate it. And a lot of companies are doing that. I think it's something that it is pretty interesting, and I think it's something that's gonna benefit the company because everything is in one spot. Also, you could scan it and it take you to the product if you're gonna order it, right?
Yeah, it takes you to the website. So it may not take you directly to the product, but it'll take you to the website for the ingredients portion, which gets you to the website, right? So it makes sense to drive traffic that way.
Well, so listen, I'm into marketing, right? And a lot of people do not know this, but statistics shows that if you go to, let's say, Baker, right? Baker's going to go buy something, and if he have to click on the website more than 5 times, there's a chance he will not buy nothing.
Right.
So you just prevent it. You just cut off 2 clicks?
Yeah.
On his experience because you got to Google it. That's 1 click. You got to get to the website. That's 2 clicks. So by doing a QR code, pop, you right there on the website. On the home screen, you don't have to search for it. It's right there.
Yep. It's true. I mean,
I like.
Yeah. Go ahead, Baker.
I like the code. I like the code because of the fact that I hand stuff out to bearded guys. So if I have your product on me and I like it and I hand it to you, hey, if you want to buy it, here, you don't have to go Google, Bianblends and all that stuff,
Yep.
It's on there. Just scan it and buy it.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I came up with that idea. I've seen it on other bottles, but yeah. And the QR code, I've seen issues of QR codes that are a little smaller. Sometimes my camera doesn't always pick it up. I like these QR codes because my camera picks it up easily. And I wanted to make sure that a lot of people could have that same, that maybe dealt with that same thing I was dealing with. They could have a quick and easy way to scan it without having a fuss, right? So, because not everybody has an iPhone. I realize iPhones are, the industry standard for cameras, but.
Well, I don't have iPhone. I don't like iPhone. Mistake, you're right. I do love a website with a search bar. I do.
Yeah.
And what I was saying is, by you scan it, instead of just Googling from the company, because sometimes you Google a company and then you find let's say you put, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but let's say you put Beyblade on it, you might find 4 different companies before you search for the right one. So with the QR code, it just takes you straight to the website. But I do love a search bar. You're right.
Yep. Yeah, it's great. And and the website was always kind of been the bane of my existence.
Right.
Because I struggled with getting Shopify webpage to look proper for a while. Hey, Ellie. Oh, another new person. I love new people. But, I do want to say something else for the ladies. My butters are, in my humble opinion, because I've had lots of ladies use my products. I have had a lot of ladies absolutely crush the butters that I sell. I've had more sales on butters to women than I have men. And on my live events, I have women buy them all the time. The oils go to the guys, the butters go to the ladies because of what's inside. They look at the ingredients, they realize it's healthier than a majority of the absolute trash that you can get in the public in the markets today. Most of it's chemical filled garbage. It's not good for your skin. But I'm gonna tell you right now, there's an ingredient in the butters that I'm really proud of, and it's ashwagandha. And ashwagandha, when you put it in a butter and it's topically applied, it actually helps your body create more collagen in that spot. So my 75-year-old mother uses it on her arms on a consistent basis, and her arms have turned back about 10 years. Her arms look amazing because a lot of older folks, they lose collagen in their skin, and that's a huge issue. But this actually helps your body get collagen back to the places that you're applying it. Now, there's obviously other ways to do it by taking in lots of collagen, right? By, if you eat bone broth or, you make your own bone broth at home, you get lots of collagen. But this is an actual way that your skin actually gets it topically applied. Your skin actually produces it more in those locations. And I've seen a big increase in my mom's arms. They look so much better than they did 2 years ago. So, but my butters do amazing at live shows when I go and set up a table. They do amazing. That's my best product.
Nice.
That's good.
Yeah. The only issue is in Florida, they melt at the table, which drives me
Yeah.
up the wall.
Yeah. I have a buddy of mine that is over there, and he just told me that he's gonna stop making butter for the summer because that problem that he's having.
Yeah. Well, there's a way to cheat it if you use arrowroot powder. And after you get it whipped, you add more arrowroot powder to it and you continue to whip it. You actually settle the butter down. You give it stronger chains that will keep it from melting as easily. But then you have to potentially worry about grit.
Right.
And I just don't want to deal with that,
So is your butter whipped or pour?
It's whipped. There's nothing wrong with a poured butter,
Right.
but I think it melts better on you when you put it on your fingers, and it's easier to apply if it's whipped. And I realize that there's some people that swear by poured and some people that swear by whipped. It's the same product. It's just one melts a little bit faster to put it on your skin. That's all it is. That's all it is. And then I make sure that everything melts properly. It's well distributed. So, yeah.
So Jacob, saying what you just said about the weather and all that stuff, will you stop shipping your whip butter?
I'm still going to send it
for the summer.
I'm going to put a notice on there that it may melt during shipping and to put it in the fridge. There's enough.
Okay.
The little bit of wax that's in there holds it up enough. Yeah. Tamed Maine, I'm going to be doing that for the summer shows I'm going to be at. I have a little fridge for sure. The one at the tables always melt though, unfortunately. Yeah, but that's one of the things I found by adding a little bit of wax to it is that at its core chemistry, it doesn't melt enough to lose the air bubbles. It'll actually stay with air in it. Even though it might melt, it still has air. And that's what helps, that's what helps you take a little bit out and put it in your hand, and it melts right away. And then you can get it in your beard, right? And that helps you with that.
Right.
So, shipping from Florida, Frankie, the land of the nuclear fire right now.
Come here. Hey, my son just
Little guy.
he wants to see that. Hey, say hey.
Hi, buddy.
You okay? You okay? Yeah. Hey, so I told him that if he behaved, he could be on be on camera. 'Cause, he was practicing with my mom yesterday, man. So I am sorry.
Oh, don't apologize. We do this for our families, right? I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. So I was gonna tell you, man. One of the things that it got me about your
don't
one
worry.
of the things that got me.
Don't worry about him, brother.
One of the things what me and you were talking about was the interest me about your company was when I read the story and all the supermarkets and stuff, right? And then that was, to me, that was pretty cool. So, yeah, you gonna put them on? Yeah, put them on.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Bishop, is this your only child, or do you have other children?
Oh, no, man, I got 6 total. But he's my youngest one.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's my youngest one. He's 4. So he's the one that got dad wrapped around the finger, right?
Oh, of course. I get it.
Yeah.
I have 4.
Hey, you gonna talk? Yeah, man. So my oldest one, she's 25 and he's 4. So, I got a big and then the one younger before him is 16. So that gap is huge. So it's weird, man, because he we don't realize of the stuff, but I was in dark spot before he was born, and he saved my life. So,
I'm sorry. I'm glad though.
Yeah,
I'm glad that that's happened for you.
Yeah. Oh, me too, man. Just it's just one of the things that you don't realize it, and What is it?
You were asking about the supermarkets.
Yeah. Man, when I saw that about the supermarkets and you posted in there, that was for me. And then I think me and you started talking for a while. And then I mean the conversation about your product, how you started and all that. And then I started doing the research on your website. And it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gonna say hi? Say hi.
Hi.
Oh. Say hi.
Yeah, the local market is a family-owned market. They were actually started as a side of the road produce stand, and now they've got I think they have 7 stores or 6 stores, and they have 4 health and wellness departments, and I'm in 3 of the 4 health and wellness departments.
That's cool, man. Like I said, that's that's great. Yep, for sure, that's great.
Yeah, I it's nice having that. One of the stores is right down the street from my house, like 5 minutes, and the other 2 are 40 minutes away. So that sucks, but whatever.
But he spreads out. I mean, that's good because he's yeah. What are you doing, bro?
Yeah, and in case anybody is interested, this is the salve. So it's very light. I'm not really doing much to it, but it stays like that. So eczema, psoriasis sufferers, acne, people with like minor scrapes, a little bit of maybe a little bit of bruising. We've had customers that have bought. I don't have enough light in here. We've had customers that have had bee stings come in and buy it at a store, and it immediately relieved their bee sting. I think that has to do with the wax, the beeswax.
Right.
But I've had all sorts of people use it, and I got into the apothecary in Georgia because someone had really, really bad poison ivy, and their son worked at the Palmetto store with that. It's on the cell the longest, and he had gotten a bottle of it from his son, and he told his son what happened, and his son said, "Put some out on your legs, see if it helps." and within a few hours, he had total relief, and the poison ivy stopped spreading. So, and that's how I got up to the apothecary in Georgia, because that's where his dad is
really
from.
good.
So, yeah. So pretty cool stuff.
So, Jacob, would you think that would be a good to put on after a tattoo?
I don't see why not. I've done the research as to what should or should not be on a tattoo, and I don't see any dangers in adding any of that on a tattoo. I will say that I would not use a lot. I would, the best thing to put on a tattoo is like shea butter, or something like that. But this would be fine on a tattoo, but lightly, because you don't want to overheal a tattoo.
Right. You want it to go.
No.
Yeah. I mean, if I was to use it on this, like as soon as I got it, I would take the bare minimum and I would just put it on and rub it in real good. I would not use a lot, because again, you don't want to overheal a tattoo, because then, it looks discolored. My goal is within a year to buy 1,000 pounds of 92-degree shea butter and to start making a tattoo product that's specifically meant for tattoos.
Nice.
Now, a heel tattoo, I will say, Baker, the salve is great, because then it's ultra hydrating. It'll look fantastic.
Right. What are you doing?
Yeah, I have with the legs, both of my legs are tattooed, so I noticed a difference in that too.
Yeah.
Like you get to see the color a little bit more and stuff,
Right. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I got really dry, cracked feet, and I played ice hockey growing up, and I was a teenager and still had dry, cracked feet because my feet were always in hockey skates. And then I went to the Marine Corps, and doing a 23-mile hike with a pack, your feet become like raw hamburger. My feet have had a lot of trauma to them. So, utilizing a really good product on your feet, especially for us bigger guys. I'm not a diabetic. I was pre-diabetic, and I was noticing a problem with my feet because of that. Thankfully, I'm out of that stage, but I noticed that the butters and the balms were great on my feet, and it really helped, because my feet used to be so bad. It was awful.
So the butter or the other product, swab?
Yeah, you can use them both on your feet for sure.
Really?
100%.
So I am diabetic. I mean, I don't use insulin or anything like that, but I am diabetic, and I noticed sometimes they get ashy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I would highly recommend just using as much natural stuff on your body as possible, and that's and that is one of the reasons why I've made what I've made. Did I make some concessions by adding scented oils? I did. I'm not, 100% happy with that. But I also want people to want to gravitate towards what I'm making. And if my oil is really good, I would love for people to use it, and I won't compromise on my oil. I'm always going to make it the same way.
Okay. Right.
Well, it's funny that you were just saying about your feet and the Marine Corps and stuff. My oldest is going to be going to boot camp, and I think I'm going to buy her a tub of
that. Which boot camp is she going to? Is she going?
South
she's going to Marine Corps boot camp.
She's
all right. She's going to Paris Island.
So, no. But I think I make up a little kit with that.
Yeah, I would go to the recruiter. Make sure she goes to the recruiter and ask that question, and see if she can bring it. Tell her the reason why that she deals with this particular issue. Make sure that they don't throw it away right away.
Yeah.
Good suggestion.
He did great. He was fantastic. What a good kid.
Oh, I know. You guys do not know. He did super great. Trust me on that. I told him
Right on.
so. So he's autistic. Um, he's autistic. So one of the things I don't know for people that I know, when you get autistic, the first thing that come off is the clothes.
Right.
So I told him, if you want to be on the show, you got to wear clothes.
Right.
So guess what? Today he wear clothes. So
Yeah.
today he gets to be in the show.
Wait a minute. Does that mean that I needed to wear pants for the interview?
Yeah, you know that.
Oh man.
Well, I
didn't
guess
know.
yeah, it's borderline, right? It's borderline.
Right.
Okay, you're gonna show it straight to the camera.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I
man.
like to point out too, like especially for the rosacea situation and eczema. If you struggle with it, one of the big things to add to your diet, obviously make sure you're not allergic to it, but wormwood. Wormwood is an herb that you can take daily, and it's just fantastic for you. But this is what is in addition to my butter that's in the salve.
You got the red one.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so I use extra black seed oil in my salve, but those are the additional ingredients in my salve: wormwood, neem, black walnut, and golden seal. Black seed oil and red raspberry oil. Those are the additional ingredients. So obviously, that if someone has a nut allergy or a tree nut allergy, this is not your product.
Right.
But red raspberry oil for someone that does have a nut allergy, you can use wormwood, you can use neem, you can use red raspberry, you can use golden seal. Those are all great ingredients if you struggle with this particular issue. And typically you want to tackle it from both directions. And if anybody had, like, a huge portion of our population has eczema and psoriasis. So, it's very important that people understand there are methods to treat it other than steroids. Do I need to move too? Oh, look at the puppy.
I'm sorry.
He said one come in, the other one got to come in.
Go.
Puppies make everything better.
Yeah.
What kind of puppy is
Yeah.
he? Fish?
He is mixed. He is mixed with pocket size pocket bully, and so he won't grow too much past this.
He's cute. What a cutie pie.
His name is Seuss because he have a lightning bolt.
Gotcha.
Yeah. See, everything's
I
gonna.
should have started the show that way.
I know everything's happening on my first YouTube show. Awesome.
You're doing great. It shows that you're a human being that has a life.
It's great.
That's awesome.
Hey, man, sometimes you got to compromise, especially with the kid, because usually he's banging.
It's not a compromise. This is why we do things, my friend.
Yeah, well, you're right. You're right. I've been blessed. Let's just say I'm blessed.
Yes,
a lot of people will say, so I wanted a couple weeks ago I was gonna do the autism awareness, and I couldn't do that show for whatever reasons. I'm gonna do it eventually, but a lot of people don't get the, when they see or they think about it, it's like, oh yeah, it's a burning. It's not. It's really not, man. For 4 years old, he could get on the phone or a tablet better than I can, and not for just games. Last year, he's 4, so last year he learned how to do sign language all the way, the whole ABC on sign language. One day I saw him doing this. I told my wife, "What he doing? We still live in Cleveland. He throwing sign language, game like." And then she goes like, "No, he's imitating what he's doing on the TV." And you trying to do it, and we were doing it wrong. He get mad. So
Really?
just that the numbers. He could count to 40. He knows all his ABC. I mean, it's just the stuff that he has shown me. Yeah, he got some challenges. He only eat chicken nuggets. And and if Walmart don't don't have his brand, man, it's a chase to the next Walmart is like 40 miles to go get them because he will only eat them. So just little things like that. But it's just we learned that how to compromise some of the stuff. Like teach him stuff differently. or the attention part is the worst,
Yeah.
So it's just a learning process. The same thing, the same thing with beer companies. You have to learn how to mix oils and mix things to, to get the profile great. It's just like I said, not because I'm saying this, but he's been a blessing in my life. Definitely. So what can I say, right?
That's nice.
That's awesome.
So
That's a very nice.
hey, I wish I had to record it because I told my wife, I said I'm gonna make a video just with him. So in my YouTube channel towards the beginning, there's a show. I did a little clip because he has seen me, doing my beard for a while, and he would go like this, and then of course there was nothing in there, but he was imitating like me putting oil on it. So I had to record it, and then earlier today we were talking to my mom, and we had this microphone and the other headphones, and I turned it on so he could hear his voice back, right? And we were video chatting with my mom. Dude, my mom was laughing, and I was just, I was tickled. So I told him, I said, "You want to be on the show today? You have to wear clothes." And of course, he got up. My wife just texted me and told me, he got up from a nap, and and right away he said clothes. So so he put clothes. So I told her, she said, "Can I bring him in?" I said, "A promise is a promise."
That's
So
awesome.
yeah. And of course, then he went to the rack, and he went to the rack and grabbed the Friday edition, the Friday edition from Matt,
Yeah.
the oil that we got for the Friday edition. Of course,
Right.
he loved that thing because it's red. So he
Right.
grabbed it, and I told him, I said, that's unreplaceable.
Nice.
But, so
Rust in my
Yeah,
back,
man.
fellas.
yeah, so
That's awesome.
Well-
Baker, what you got, brother? Oh, I think Baker froze again.
I got
Oh, there he
nothing.
goes.
No, we're good. We're good. Yeah, no, I got nothing. Like I said, like I'm here to support, Bishop on anything, and he's a brother to me, and I love
appreciate that,
learning
man.
all this information that I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know any of, you guys are making up words to me.
Hey, listen, man, that's how I learned too. So I told you this right now. You want to be on the show next Saturday? You let me know. We'll make it happen. It's not a big deal to me. I mean, for me, make it more interesting because, if I have to do a pause or something, you could talk while I go while I go do it. I mean, and then look, no lie, Chief and Dino took me under their wings. Yes, I didn't know nothing about it, and I'm blessed to do what I'm doing right now. So yeah, hey, thank you, Jacob.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny. Like, I say it all the time. Like, I know how my beard feels. I know. I remember when I first started out, I wasn't using anything. I know how that feels. Now I'm using this good product, and I know how that
Right,
feels. So that's what I go by. I go by scent, if I like it or don't like it, and how it feels next day, the day after,
right.
so forth.
So, hey, man. So, brother Jacob,
And that's this.
I hope you like that package. I was gonna put it in
Yeah,
the mail today, but the post office had to close early, so I'm gonna put it first thing in the morning Monday, and it's there's of course there's some good ones in there, there's some sample ones in there. I mean, you know, um, you like it, like I said, hopefully you like it, and you see some more.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping that it's not the ones that you bought off of Amazon.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Not
Hey,
a lot of respect for the
No,
stuff
it's
on
good.
Amazon. Some of them are not good at all.
yeah.
So
I tell the story of like the first stuff that I got was for Christmas.
right.
Right.
Like I had the beard, and like the wife saw something at a department store, and it technically had no name. It was called the beard,
The
Huh.
beard.
and I was like, I didn't even know. I didn't even know. I just Didn't know any of that.
Right. So my first oil, it was from Amazon. It was from Viking Revolution. I still got it was an oil in the tin can. The tin can was like that big, and because I was a soaker back then when I started, vanilla was like my thing, and I still have the tin somewhere around it, and it was good. The oil I used it, and I think I went to another. I went to Willie. That Willie, it's in a red bottle. I used that one from Amazon too, and I got the beer conditioner and beer shampoo, a mirror wash and the conditioner. Now I do gotta say that beer conditioner they have, that thing works. I don't use it anymore, but that thing works. For being at the beginning, that thing works. But it's just crazy the stuff, that you find, and then I started finding the big companies, and then actually the last company I bought was Life Bearded. It was on Amazon too, and I got the sample pack, and I think that was the last Amazon that I ever got. Because then after that, I started seeing it on Instagram and YouTube. I mean, Instagram and Facebook. Then I started following Dan C, and that's where I started getting into this. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I eventually I'll go and go the way of Dan C. I'm not quite there yet, but Ray gave me some great advice not too long ago, and I'm gonna follow that advice. So
listen, a lot of people give Dan C heat, and I probably will catch a lot of heat for that. A lot of people give Dan C heat, but he knows his stuff. The man have put his time on it. The man knows what he does, and let me tell you, there's no reviewer out here that after they pay their dues will not do what he does. That's
right.
It's just the bottom line.
Because
it's if you go to a job and you're an electrician and you become a master electrician and you do the job for many years and you learn your stuff, of course you want to get paid for doing what you're doing, the big money. And God bless him, he does. I mean, and the thing about him is you can reach out to him anytime. I know I have done it plenty of times, and he messaged you back with free advice. You know what I mean? And of course, Dino, Chief, Santa Tom, Chris from True North. I mean, the list keep going. They help you a lot. That's what I love about this community. It's awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of great people in the community for sure.
Yep. So I mean, it's no.
You're gonna have to be prepared when you do the Dan C.
Yep.
Just ask Black Manor on that one.
Yeah, I've already got. I know what scents that he likes, and I already know what I'm going to send him. But it's just a matter of putting the money together. Number one, but it's worth it. But I want you guys to love it. I want to make sure that that you guys. I've worked out the kinks by your guys' advice. And if he loves it, then that's great for me. But I got to be ready for me first. I have to make sure I'm ready for that.
So this is the thing. This is the thing. When you go to Dancy, you have to work out your kinks. You have to get a good product because he's honest. That's it. First, second of all, and he have a big following, a huge following. So the thing that Black Manor found out is she sold out how many times in 1 week, and that's honest to God. That's that's what you pay for the advice, for the knowledge, for the product review, so Dan C is kind of like a draft, right? You go to the draft, you get the exposure, that's what it is. And he gets heat, but
I don't. It's undeserved. He's a nice guy, and he's
he is,
and he is doing it for a passion, but also as an income. And I can't, hate that. I'll be honest with you guys. I have 15 jars ready to start infusing with herbs very shortly. That means 15 gallons of herbal oil, and then I mix 1 gallon for every 5 gallons of total mix. So at the end of the day, I would have over 100 gallons, or I'm sorry, 75 gallons of finished product
Right.
ready to be sold.
Right.
So I
Wow.
have a ways to go before I can get there. It's still a lot of investment. But I will be ready. I can make one of those infused jars ready to go in 2 days.
Right.
Just by using constant applied heat. Oh, not over a certain temperature, but constant applied heat. Or I can let it sit on the shelf for a couple of months.
Right.
Either way, I could have ready product very quickly. But the process is still very
Nice.
tedious.
Right. Right.
So,
Of course.
yeah.
All right.
So, yeah.
Well, Baker.
So, Jacob, a
Yeah,
Go
question.
ahead.
Just one more question to finish it out. So, you've been making the rounds with all these reviewers. Has it helped? Have you seen a big
Oh yeah, for sure.
influx?
The biggest bump happened on my first one when I was on the Bearded Respect. I think I had 13 orders that night.
Right.
And over the course of March into
Nice.
April, I had, doing the math, I probably had 65 orders.
Wow.
And
Oh,
that was double than what I had in the first 18 months. But I was not
wow.
really pushing my website. I knew my limitations. I knew that I needed to go through perfecting things, that I needed to get the labels how I wanted them, that I need to start it, I need to have a quasi following, that I needed to earn some respect, and that I needed to give that same respect to these same people that I was trying to earn it from. And that's where I'm at. Wanting to meet great people,
Nice.
wanting to understand how the business works better, wanting to try to perfect things, and to make sure, because remember, it's from my perspective, this is my name. It's not. I'm not just throwing a word from the encyclopedia on a bottle of beard oil.
Right.
It's my name. It's something that I'm trying to build a legacy for my
Mm-hmm.
family.
Right.
So
Nice.
there's quite a bit on the line for that.
Yeah.
So
No, and I could see, man.
It was just interesting. I just wanted to see.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure, like Baker said, we could see that you do your homework, you do your research. For me and you talking about the other day, on the about the product and the stuff, I could definitely see that you do your research, you talk. I mean, and the companies out here doing the right thing. I mean, we don't have to name it. You know who they are. They're
yeah,
doing the right thing because they are doing the research.
yep, yeah, and that's what you have to do. I mean,
Right.
I could throw a couple of oils together and call it a day, and slap some scents in there, but like I don't view this as just putting something in your beard. There's a greater purpose for it. Like for
And so I
myself,
just
like if I put a crappy beard oil in my beard itches. It feels like
right,
crap. Because I have
Mm-hmm.
stuff I have either eczema or psoriasis in my own beard. I need a good beard oil that helps relieve that. Otherwise, it's just I'm
right.
miserable. I'm just miserable. So
Yep. Hey man, so real quick,
Yeah.
I just went to your website and I saw that you have a Serenity oil that you is the lavender and peppermint.
yeah, it's nice. It's a
Yep.
nice product. What's up, Sasquatch? Yeah,
Squad.
it's a beautiful oil. It's got that cool peppermint, which is not overpowering, right? And it's got that lavender, which is just it's such a beautiful scent profile. That's another idea that was brought forward by that metal guy. by Steven.
Right. Well, I just told you while we were here, I just put an order in
Yeah,
for,
that's a banger. I like that one too.
Okay.
I just put an order for 2 oils, and that one was one of them because we use that a lot on my son when he take a bath at night for the, it calms him down. And of course, I had to try that, the one we were talking about, the mahogany.
Right.
So,
Oh,
anyways,
hair.
Yeah.
I appreciate you stopping by, Elegant Sasquatch. Really do. Thank you, man.
Yeah. Ray asked a question. Can any of the herbs help with growth? And rosemary has been shown to be as effective as minoxidil, which is a common hair growth treatment. So, yes, and because it's got rosemary, I think there's a few other ingredients, herbs in there that also help with that. But it helps improve circulation to your scalp. So, yeah, it helps oxygenate your blood vessels more. And I actually have pure rosemary oil. So if I have a customer that wants help with, hair growth, I can add more rosemary. I can also add a little bit more castor oil, which castor oil is known to help with patchiness and stuff like that. It can help with hair growth as well.
Right.
But the main thing is brushing your face. You got to brush. You got to make sure that your pores are staying clean. You've got to get dead hair, skin cells out of there. You got to make sure that your body's got pathways for hair to grow. So,
So you brought that in. Do you use in the shower? Do you use one of them rubber? For the beard, for the skull, the rubber tips on it.
no.
So I've been using one for now 30 days, and I could see the difference when I use it. Because usually, sometimes I got my nails get long, and when I go I scratch myself in the skin. So what I've been doing is I lather my beard real good, and then I use that, and it works. I like it.
Yeah, it's a good idea for sure. I typically don't wash my beard that much. I just use hot water. But if I do wash my beard, I use my own my hydrate and my my eye is bothering me. Hydrate and the cleanse that I have,
Okay.
which I just ordered more, but I'm trying to change. I'm trying to change the bottles. I like the bottles that I have, but they're not pliable enough.
Right.
And I think I'm going to change it to a 6 ounce as opposed to a 4 ounce.
Right.
Which will elevate the price a little bit, but they're off the website right now. There's a scroller on top that says, because believe it or not, I didn't want to sell them anymore, but because so many of the reviewers have loved the wash and the conditioner, now I feel pressured to add it back.
Yeah, I know. I sometimes that happens, man. Miles, man, it does feel good. I don't use it every night. I use it probably every other day when I do. And it, I don't know. For me, it feels great. I like it. So, but
You got to use what works for you.
Yeah,
you're right. You're right. So
but
listen, guys.
the main thing is just making it stays clean. That's all that matters,
Right.
And for goodness sake, don't strip your beard all the time.
Oh,
don't do it. You don't need to do it.
I only don't, man. I think that since I've been using something else, I've been only stripping my beard probably once a month, and before. I just hate the straw feel on my beard. I don't like how it feels after you strip it.
Yeah.
Stacy from Wicked Wednesday, she has some soaps, and I've been using her soap, and I use it to rinse off my beard sometimes, and it works pretty good. It don't leave it like that straw feeling, so I do like that part.
Yeah.
So. Well, Baker, you have any last words, brother?
Love to solve. It changed my life to solve. It really did. I didn't know what the heck I was gonna do. but the beard oil works great, and I'm looking forward to the 2 that I just ordered, and
Right.
it was great. Thank you, Bishop, for allowing me to be here.
I mean,
Yeah,
anytime,
I'm
like
glad
I
you're
said.
able to come on, brother. I thought it was great
Yep.
having you.
Yep. Like I said, next time, if you want to be on next Saturday, you don't have no commitments, man, definitely let me go. Let me know. Jacob, any last words?
No, man, I appreciate you guys, letting me come on, and any posts about the salve and the deodorant in addition to the beard oil are greatly appreciated. Again, like, higher mission, right? We want guys to have healthier beards, but the higher mission is to bring products that bring relief to people or prevent serious things like breast cancer.
Right.
Or for Baker with really dry, cracked, painful legs, that salve really helping him out. We all know people like that.
Right. Definitely.
So yeah. But thanks for having me on.
Listen, anytime. I appreciate you, especially. I know you took a risk. Me, my first time doing the YouTube restreaming. I know it's working on YouTube. I know that. I know it's not working on Instagram. That's okay with me. I really, I'm happy the way it's going with the restream. Appreciate you being here, man. And when I like my reviews coming either tomorrow or today, and the deodorant's on the review. So you guys definitely go check out Bianblends, especially before. I mean, take advantage of before the end of, before the first of the month. The oils are $10. The deodorants are $10. I definitely recommend it. It's a great product. And man, keep it going. I love it. The Cave, Man Cave, South Beach. This is my number one right here. So, you guys, appreciate you guys. Definitely. Jacob, you need anything, you reach out anytime. Baker, the same goes for you. And guys, appreciate it. Guys, hold on.